नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनच्छलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणीं कम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम। हरे कृष्ण। So thank you so much for gathering. Today some devotees told me they are busy in various things, so I'm assuming not many will join, but we will continue our discussions on Harikatha. We are actually discussing the concluding part of this very beautiful pastime of Lord Vamana. Very, very special, very sweet pastime exemplifying Bali Maharaj's Purna Sharanagati, his full surrender to the Lord. The pastime has almost concluded with the key climax of Bali Maharaj pleading to Lord Vamana that let my word not go in vain. So please be kind to me. Please place your lotus feet on my head as the third step. Thinking that everything else that I have is gone, but I, being the possessor of other things, I'm also a value in itself. So if you want the third step, then accept me, body, mind, soul. So he surrenders his very self. And the Lord is so pleased with this gesture. And a lot of wonderful interactions happen. And at the end of the pastime, the Lord, after Brahmaji tells the Lord that, please, you have tied up Vamandev tied up Bali Maharaj like an ordinary criminal. Please release him. He doesn't deserve to be punished like this. He has gone so much out of the way to keep his word, despite so many challenges. And then the last part of this beautiful interaction is where the Lord reveals his very special blessings to Bali Maharaj. Where even though at one time it appeared that Bali has lost everything, there is at the conclusion a sudden jackpot. So sometimes feel, hey, I'm losing. And then there's one jackpot where you recover everything that you lost earlier and gain so much more. Then you realize, wow, it was all worth it. And thank the Lord that I was patient. So the steadfastness and patience of Bali Maharaj, his fixed determination in his vow to serve and surrender to the Lord despite what seemed like excessive provocations, his guru being angry, being tricked into giving everything that he had, despite giving everything that he had, made him appear as if he is a liar because he gave only 2 steps. Even after giving everything, being tied up like an ordinary criminal, so many things. Challenge after challenge after challenge. Even one of these challenges would have knocked us off. But Bali Maharaj passed with flying colors and the Lord was so happy. This is one thing which is very, very pleasing to the Lord. When he sees a sadhaka, a devotee, very fixed, very determined. The Lord was so pleased with Dhruva, so pleased with Prahlad because of that determined Krishna consciousness. Dhruva was willing to go through no matter what in his determination. Prahlad was so fearless in his devotion to the Lord. He was not even fearful of being cast repeatedly into the mouths of death. So eventually, as the pastime revealed, Bali Maharaj was rewarded with a great kingdom in Sutala. Not only was he rewarded with a great kingdom, more opulent than the planet of the heavenly worlds, but the Lord himself offered. He not only gave him, but he also protected his position. He said, Indra may or may not retain heavenly kingdom, but your kingdom will not go anywhere. I am personally going to protect it. The devatas will not attack, and the demons, if any of them dare, I am your bodyguard. I will finish them. So in that way, that very special blessing was given, and he said that I am going to be there personally. So you will have the pleasure of my association, and you will have the pleasure of having my darshan, so that you do not get distracted from your devotion because of the bad association of the asuras around you. Because he doesn't just ask Bali Maharaj to go to Sutal, just you go to Sutal along with your friends and associates and family. So not everyone in his family was a devotee, so obviously it was not going to be a ISKCON temple-like environment. It was definitely going to be a environment similar from a family environment perspective, similar to what it was currently. So that is where this particular chapter begins. So Shukadeva Goswami is narrating. This particular chapter is actually entitled the demigods regain the heavenly planets. So where we are entering in this pastime is the part where at the conclusion of the pastime, Indra achieves back what he has been hankering all this while. So Shukadeva Goswami, at the beginning of this chapter, he said that when the Supreme Lord spoke his blessings to Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj was so overwhelmed with gratitude, because he suddenly realized that, oh, actually the Lord has been showing his mercy all this while on me. Of course, internally he had that faith, but he didn't know how the mercy will manifest, but he realized that actually the Lord is blessing me. Tears welled up in the eyes of Bali Maharaj. And his folded hands, his voice, which was faltering with ecstasy, he started glorifying the Lord. And he glorifies the Lord in a very unique way. He says, oh Lord, it's so amazing. The way you have reciprocated to me. Actually, I wanted to offer obeisances to you, but I was not able to offer because I was tied by this Varuna Pash, this Naga Pash, Varuna's rope. I wanted to offer you obeisances, but I was unable to offer obeisances to you because I was tied up. But even though I was unsuccessful in offering obeisances to you, just because I wanted to offer obeisances to you, you accepted my bhava. You are bhavagrahi Janardhan. You didn't even say that, oh, he did not offer. Just understood my heart that I wanted to offer, and reciprocation to my bhava. You reciprocated that you have given such causeless mercy to me, a demon. Not just ordinary mercy, not just a material blessing. You have given me a kind of blessing which even the devatas hanker after. Not just ordinary devatas, the leader of planets, they hanker after. So then Bali Maharaj, so grateful to that very, very special blessing. Prabhupada comments very nicely that how the Lord is so kind. So sometimes the devotee, because of his situation and circumstances, really wants to do something for the Lord but is unable to do. But the Lord is not calculative in terms of what is done. If the devotee is sincere and he really meant to do it, sometimes the Lord will grant the blessings to the devotee. Basis the devotee's desire to serve him, even though circumstantially, because of situations or otherwise, that seva could not even have been manifested. That's very amazing. That's one of the differentiating characteristics between material activities and spiritual activities. Spiritual activities are never fruitless. If a sincere endeavor to the Lord is begun, even with a serious conviction and a willingness to do, even if circumstantially one is not able to complete it, still many times the Lord will give full benefit to the devotee of having performed that service. So Bali Maharaj, at this particular point, he was already freed from the Varuna Pash on the request of Brahma. He offered his full Dandavat obeisances to Vaman Dev. After that, he offered his obeisances to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. And then, as instructed by Lord Vaman, because Lord Vaman at the end of the previous chapter instructed him, go with your grandfather Prahlad and stay in Sutal. So the Lord did two things. He instructed him to go to Sutal, and he told Indra, by your mother's insistence, this is what you wanted. Our mother, because Aditi is the mother of Vamana as well as Indra. On the insistence of our mother, I have appeared in this Vamana form to give this kingdom back to you. So you can now enjoy that particular kingdom. So he told Indra and other devatas that you can occupy back the heavenly planets. They had been dispersed from the heavens for a very, very long time. As this conversation was having, Prahlad Maharaj, who had gone back, he again heard the news that, oh, my grandson Bali has been released from the Nagapash. Again, Prahlad Maharaj appeared. Prahlad Maharaj had appeared earlier. Again, he appeared. And he also came to know that what was that blessing which Bali Maharaj received from Lord Vamana. And Prahlad Maharaj was so happy at that extraordinary mercy which Prahlad Maharaj, which Vaman Dev offered to Bali Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj very beautifully glorifies the kindness which Lord Vamana has shown to Bali Maharaj. And he says to the Lord, oh Lord, it's so amazing. Sometimes people think that you are partial, that you are generally taking care of the devatas only. You are actually so great, my Lord. Your lotus feet are worshipped by Brahma and Shiva. Generally, you are considered partial to the devatas, but I can see it very clearly that in this case, you have protected even demons like us. And what kind of compassion, what kind of mercy you have shown? You have shown the kind of mercy to our family, especially Bali Maharaj in this case, the kind of mercy which even Brahma and Shiva or Lakshmi Devi What to speak of anybody else has ever achieved. Generally, great demigods like Lord Brahma, they are enjoying the taste of the nectar of your lotus feet, the honey of your lotus feet. But people like us, in demons, is taking a very humble position. We are just rogues. We are envious people. How can it be possible? Great devatas, I can still understand they are tasting the nectar of your devotional service. But what is the hope for envious people like us? But now we have received your mercy. And this is possible because actually your mercy is causeless. Those who think that you are partial is actually wrong. It's not that you are partial, my lord. Actually, your mercy is equally available to everyone. People think that the devatas are being favored only because the devatas are actually favorable to you. They are your devotees. They follow the principles of dharma. They seek your blessings and mercy, and naturally you reciprocate. The demons by nature are envious of you. They don't want to accept your authority. So they themselves have put themselves into the situation of blocking your mercy. Just like the sun shines everywhere. What can be done if somebody doesn't want to be in the sunshine but hides from the sunshine? What is the blame on the sun? So the demons are like that. But in this case, it is very special. And it is not even surprising because Bali Maharaj approached you and surrendered to you. For you, it didn't matter whether he was born in a family of demons. You gave your special, causeless mercy. So, my Lord, actually, the truth is your mercy is available to anyone and everyone. It doesn't matter. Ye yatha maam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajamyaham. You reciprocate. But this kind of mercy amongst the demons is practically unheard of. So, thank you so much for your kindness. Then Lord Vamandev starts speaking to Prahlad. Oh, my dear son Prahlad, all good fortune to you. Please note, Prahlad is not a little boy at that time. He's a grandfather and a king. And in one sense, Vamandev is just a batu, dwarf. But the Lord, having taken the position of the Lord, says, oh, all good fortune unto you, oh, my dear son Prahlad. I am pleased with you. I am pleased with your grandson Bali. So just like what I mentioned earlier, please, you, together with Bali Maharaj and family, go to the place of Sutala planet and enjoy there and have a nice life there. Take all your other friends and relatives and don't need to worry. Along with Bali Maharaj, you will also be able to reside there and take my darshan regularly. I'll be available for darshan 24/7 there, strolling outside your main door. Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And because of the bliss of continuously being able to see me, you can be guaranteed that you and Bali Maharaj will be fully free from the bondage of material activity. So you don't have to worry. So when blessed and instructed in this way, Prahlad Maharaj offered his obeisances to the Lord, and accepting those instructions, he and Bali Maharaj circumambulated Lord Vamanadev, offered obeisances, and then they proceeded to the lower planetary system of Sutala. So Indra went with the Devatas. After that, Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj were sent to Sutala. So both sides issue resolved. Indra got what he wanted. Indra is also a devotee. Bali got more than what he wanted. So the Lord reciprocated with both devotees, isn't it? But if you see which devotee got the higher blessing, those who are externally looking, they will think, oh, Vishnu snatched the kingdom and gave it back to Indra. But if you look at it deeper and analyze it, who got the bigger blessing? Of course, Bali Maharaj got. from the perspective of Bhagavat, Bali Maharaj got the greater blessing. Not just the greater spiritual blessing, definitely the greater spiritual blessing, but also the greater material blessing. Because the planet of Sutala was even more opulent than Indra's planet. And his dominion over Sutala was guaranteed by Lord Vamana himself. That kind of insurance policy was not granted to Indra. And Bali was told, after the end of this Manvantara, the next Manvantara, Savarani Manvantara, you will become Indra. Until then, I am taking care of your Sutala, uh, protecting your reign over Sutala planet. So when both of them departed from that particular place, who was left there? This whole pastime is happening in the Yagya area. Shukracharya is there, all the Brahmanas are there. Now the Lord turns his attention to Shukracharya. He looks at Shukracharya and he says, "Oh, best of the Brahmanas, Shukracharya, I want to ask you a question. Now Bali has gone, Indra has gone, but never mind. I want to ask you a question. What was that discrepancy in your disciple Bali Maharaj that you cursed him? Why did you curse him? What was his fault?" And it doesn't matter whether they are not there to defend themselves. All these Brahmana witnesses are there, so everybody witnessed the whole event. So all the Brahmanas are truthful people. So let us assess on what basis you punished Bali Maharaj. So by that time, Shukracharya, who initially was trying to stop Bali Maharaj from surrendering to Vamanadev, his heart had already become purified by the darshan, by going through this whole episode. And Shukracharya took a very humble position. And with great respect, Shukracharya prays to Lord Vamanadev. He says, "Oh Lord, actually, now that I reflect, actually there was no fault. Actually, oh Lord, what fault can there be on behalf of Bali Maharaj? Even though externally I may find some technical discrepancies, but ultimately, who is the enjoyer of all sacrifices? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Oh Lord, you are the enjoyer of all sacrifices. All sacrifices are meant to please you. You are the yajna purush. You are the person to whom all the yajna offerings are made. Yeah? Idam Krishna, idam Nama, idam Vishnave, idam Nama. If somebody has managed to fully satisfy you, which Bali Maharaj did, by offering himself fully, what all these small discrepancies in yajna and this and that and whatever faults I may find, what is the value of those faults? There are no faults. Because the ultimate end objective of the yajna is to please you, and that was achieved. Very, very wonderful point. Very wonderful point. Yes, there may have been some discrepancies in mispronunciation of the mantras. Some rules and regulations may not have been properly performed. And Desha, Kala, Patra, some mistakes. Actually, all yajnas have some faults or the other. But, O Lord, the Shastras say that when your holy names are chanted in the yajna, whatever shortcomings may be there in the yajna because of any technical issues, all things become faultless simply by chanting your holy names. Mantratas, tantratas, chidram. Any faults in mantra and tantra. Tantra means technique. Desha, kalarha, vastutaha. Time, place, ingredients. Sarvam karoti nischidram. Everything, all faults are overcome. Anu sankirtanam tava. When your holy names are chanted. So very nicely, Shukracharya glorifies the chanting of the holy names, glorifies the Sankirtan of the Lord by saying that whenever your Sankirtan of your holy names is performed, any shortcomings in the yajna are overcome. Prabhupada makes a very interesting comment. He says that because in Kali Yuga, it is so difficult to perform any yajna ceremony properly. It will be full of faults. In previous ages, there would be some faults, and the Brahmanas who are expert would do some upacharas to fix the faults. Even then, it will not be 100%. So by chanting of the holy names, one can fix it. But in Kali Yuga, chalo dosha nidhe rajan. Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Ingredients also not proper, time also not proper, Brahmana also not proper, mantra ucharan also not proper, the yajman also not proper, nothing proper. Prabhupada, that's why emphasizes, that's why in Kali Yuga, simply by chanting the holy names of the Lord, one can please the Supreme Personality of God. Yajnai sankirtanai prayai yajanti hi sumedasah. Those who are intelligent people in the age of Kali worship the Supreme Lord through the process of the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names. In fact, that is adequate. There is not even a need to perform the yajna, the karma kanda part of the yajna. In fact, Kali Yuga, that's adequate. Just do that. Because our ultimate objective of any karma, of any yajna, is to please Vishnu. There is no better way to please Vishnu than immersing one's consciousness in hearing and chanting his glories. So, Lord, there was no fault. I'm sorry. He indirectly acknowledges his mistake, takes a humble position, says. Without saying it, that I made a mistake, he admits that there was no fault, which means he made a mistake. So, oh Lord, whatever you say, whatever you have decided, I humbly accept it as your order. So, whatever matter you have settled, I have no complaints. Whatever you have settled, I accept it. I am your servant. Everyone is your servant. So am I. Then, by the blessings of the Lord, whatever, that was the 100th Ashwamedha Yajna for Bali Maharaj that was being performed. So Brahmanas who knew whatever were the discrepancies, Shukracharya, with the help of the other Brahmanas, they started doing the necessary rituals to compensate for the various discrepancies in the sacrifice. Because that was their job. They have to do that. So, in this way, the Lord settled Shukracharya's problem also, at least for the time. Shukracharya was peaceful, the Brahmanas did. So, the Yajna, whatever little rituals were done, whatever adjustments were to be done, were done. And all three parties were happy. Indra, together with, when Indra went to the heavenly planets, he didn't go alone. He went on a big, joyous procession. He kept Vamanadev, his younger brother, in front. And all the other devatas were following. So, in that way, even though Upendra is the younger brother of Indra, is younger, he was given the man of leading all the devatas back into heaven. So, with Brahma's blessings, this whole procession, along with Mother Aditi and everyone, with Vaman Dev in the front, honoring. And everyone accepted that even though Indra is the king of heaven, the real king of heaven is actually the Supreme Personality of God. Because even Indra's position and opulence is a gift by Lord Vamana given back to Indra. All the devatas, Brahma, Shiva, Kartikeya, great sages like Bhrigu, the Pitris, the Siddhas, they were all glorifying the extraordinary character and qualities of Vamanadev. And simultaneously, they were glorifying the great good fortune of Mother Aditi. So, Shukadev Goswami, after narrating all this, he tells Parikshit Maharaj, that, O Parikshit Maharaj, in this way, this particular pastime concluded. I have described to you everything with respect to Vamanadev. You wanted to hear about Vamanadev. And please understand, this particular pastime that I have told you is actually very, very auspicious to hear. Anyone who hears this particular pastime of the activities of Vamanadev is freed from the results of all sinful activities. And the glories of the Lord are so great, so great, so great. People who are subjected to birth and death conditions, so how they can estimate the glories of the Lord? It's not possible. Even if one is able to count the number of atoms or grains of sand on earth, still the glories of the Supreme Lord Vishnu cannot be fully estimated. This is not just my opinion. Even great sages like Vasishtha Muni have spoken about this. So definitely, if one is fortunate enough to hear the uncommon activities of Lord Vamana, ya idam deva devasya harer adbhuta karmana. Harer adbhuta karmana. The activities of Hari are adbhut. Adbhut means amazing, glorious and amazing. Harer adbhuta karmana. Avatar anucharitam shrinuvan yati param gatim. Simply by hearing the pastimes of the Lord, one can attain the supreme destinations. So please understand, Shukadev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj that the glories of the Lord are of course spotless and all purifying, especially this Vamandev's pastime is so glorious. And like it was mentioned earlier, in any yajna, in any ceremony, whether it is be a ritualistic yajna, whether it be a family marriage function or other function where there are some rituals going on, whether it is Shraddha or any other ceremony, in any ceremony, if you want to make sure it is perfect, and all faults in that ceremony are taken care of, then make sure you include the glorification of the activities of Vamanadev in that ceremony. If that is done, then that ceremony is considered to be extremely auspicious. So that is the Falashruti with which this chapter ends. So this chapter is not a very long chapter. It's only 31 verses. And with this particular chapter comes to an end. And not only this chapter, but also this 4-5 chapter saga, these beautiful pastimes in the 8th canto of Vamanadev and Bali Maharaj come to a wonderful conclusion. So even to this day, right now, Bali Maharaj is in Sutala with Prahlad Maharaj and others. So in case you are wondering where is Prahlad, Prahlad Maharaj is in Sutal planet with Bali Maharaj and family. And Vamandev is also there outside the door, guarding. And he will continue to do that until the end of the present Manvantara. How far are we into the present Manvantara? We are in the 28th Chatur Yuga. There are 71 cycles in a Manvantara. Only 28 cycles. So roughly 1/3, roughly. Not 1/3, maybe slightly more than 1/3. But not very far into the Manvantara. So all the way another 40 plus Chaturyugas, Satya Dwapar, Satya Treta Dwapar Kali, he will continue to remain in Sutal until the end of the Manvantara. After the end of the Manvantara, Purandar, the current Indra who got back his kingdom, he said, okay, bye-bye, your punya is over. Now, Bali Maharaj, who has performed the 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, now he will get to enjoy the position of. And after enjoying the position of Indra for another Manvantara, which is the next Manvantara, Savarani Manvantara, he will go back home, back to Godhead. So these great personalities are still around. Bali Maharaj is still around, Prahlad Maharaj is still around, Hanumanji is still around. Most of the Mahajanas are still around. Of course, Bhishma Dev went back. Prahlad is there. Yamaraj is there, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi Devi, Yamaraj, these are all Mahajanas. So, this is a very wonderful lesson for us to seek of how what is ultimately pleasing to the Lord is not so much one's heroics. We cannot impress the Lord with heroics. We can impress the Lord with our sincere, humble surrender. And we have discussed this multiple times, why we cannot please the Lord by heroics, because the power to perform heroics comes from the Lord. How can you impress the Lord with the same thing that He has given you? Correct? Let's say we are beautiful. And we show the Lord, see, I'm so beautiful, still I like you. But the beauty is given to you by the Lord. It's His opulence. He has given a small speck of it. If you have an ability which is to do something extraordinary, Krishna says, I am the ability in man. So what are you trying to impress Krishna by showing him the ability that he has given to you? So what is it that we can truly give to the Lord? The only thing that the Jiva possesses for himself, and he can say his own. He cannot even say his body is his own. He cannot say his ability is his own. Of course, Krishna is still happy if he gives it, offers it back to the Lord. Understanding, that is wonderful. But the only thing that Krishna has allowed the Jiva to keep for himself and use it fully to his own discretion without interruption is the free will of the Jiva. And the living entity, the Jiva, out of his own free will, decides to surrender himself to the Lord. Offer himself to the Lord. Oh Lord, I am your servant. I am for your service. Whatever you want to do with me, I am yours. Tava asmi iti yachate. That is when the Lord genuinely becomes pleased. Because that is where the Jiva says, I don't want to be independent of you, my Lord. I just want to, as your part and parcel, simply play my part in increasing your joy. And in the process of increasing your joy, I know for a fact that my greatest happiness lies therein. So this is the true good fortune for the Jiva. So Bali Maharaj understood that he wanted that good fortune, and he was fortunate because of Prahlad's blessings, that the right devotional intelligence came to him at the right time. Normally, what a demonic intelligence would have done, as soon as Shukracharya told him, don't surrender to Vishnu, he would have said, yes, yes, my Guru instructed me, see, I am safe, my Guru told me. He could have easily backtracked, and not many of us would have been able to say much about the whole situation, what to do, Guru said. But he was so spiritually intelligent that he understood that his Purohit Guru is not actually being a spiritual Guru, because a spiritual Guru, a true spiritual Guru, will never stop his disciple from surrendering everything to the Lord. And that is how he truly became fortunate, because he considered the Lord's interest above his, even when he knew, even when he was warned that he will lose everything that he has worked so hard for. In moments, the Lord will snatch away. Shukracharya warned him, told him he is Vishnu. Even after that, he did not hesitate. He did not make a hue and cry, hey, what is this, Lord? You shouldn't behave like this. You shouldn't cheat me. It is all yours. Anyway, my Lord, whatever way. Whether the way you are approaching it, the world may consider it good, not good, immoral. Everything is yours. I am also for you. I am your servant. So to please the Lord, we don't have to become like Bali Maharaj and capture Indra's kingdom and then surrender. All we have to do is offer our heart, whatever we have. Manasa deho geho jo kichu more. Arpilu tuapade nanda kishore. And this also doesn't mean that offer to the Lord necessarily means, oh, I have to sell off my house and my wealth and everything and give to temple and, oh Lord, I surrender. I mean, if if that is what Guru wants, then we would do that. But that's not what it means. What it means is we always know that everything we have belongs to the Lord. And if there is a way that we can use it in the Lord's service, always we are willing. My body, my mind, my house, my family, everything is for your service. So thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada. Any questions or comments? We have another one chapter in this particular canto, which is 8.24, which is the pastime of Matsya Avatar. This is the only chapter which remains from this wonderful 8th canto, which will cover the next one. Any questions or comments? Okay. Okay, thank you all so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna willing, we will get together on Tuesday for our Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Have a wonderful evening.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you Prabhuji.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji. Thank you,
Bhaskar,
Prabhuji.
Tarun,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Tribol
Hare Krishna
Vikas,
Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Mataji, Rita ji, Sarvalakshmi Mataji, Anand Sundari Mataji, Sachi Prema Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
Pooja Mataji, Haribol, Sridevi
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna Prabhuji.
Shalini ji, Haribol,
Hare Krishna and thank you Prabhuji.
Haribol, Haribol. Nice to see all of you. Thank you, Rita ji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Tarun, Hari Hari.
Yes Prabhuji, Hare
Bhaskar,
Krishna.
blissful as ever.